Have you ever noticed that some seasons of your life just work? You are planning things, you're making things, you're reading more, you are feeling like the best version of yourself, maybe even the next version of yourself. You have things that you're looking forward to on the calendar, and life has an emotional texture, a movement, a momentum. And then there's other seasons of your life that just feel totally blah. Nothing's really right, but nothing's really wrong either, and you're on autopilot and you're kind of just going through the motions. Well, I want to talk about what the difference is between those two seasons so that we have the recipe for the alive seasons. So first, let's talk about motivation, what it is and what it is not. So motivation is not the key that goes in our ignition. Motivation happens when we get the keys, get in the car, turn on the engine and start going somewhere, because motivation is the engine itself. So when we think about motivation, a lot of times we think about dopamine, and dopamine is known as the pleasure chemical, but it's actually not the pleasure chemical at all. It's actually the anticipation chemical. So we start feeling that dopamine, that pleasure, when we hop on DoorDash and we've got a chalupa circling the block, because there's something coming, there's something to look forward to. And that's what separates maintenance mode versus expansion mode. In the last 3 videos, we've been talking about getting out of that autopilot maintenance mode into expansion and what it actually looks like to do that. So there's 3 ingredients for expansion versus maintenance mode. The first one is we need things on our calendar that are specific, novel, and seasonal. So think about Christmas. We all light up for Christmas because it's seasonal. It can't be replicated at another time. It's happening right now. It's specific. There are very specific traditions that we have that we know we're going to enjoy. We're going to decorate the Christmas tree. We're going to make cookies. And then it's novel. We have maybe new wrapping paper we're going to pick out to wrap our presents in. We have a new advent calendar. Maybe we're getting new ornaments and maybe creating some new traditions. But we have those 3 things. We need them in our life. We need celebrations that are specific, seasonal, and novel. Next, we need community, and this is what is not talked about enough, or potentially not talked about in the right way. Our nervous systems need each other to co-regulate. When you are around people who are alive and excited, you feel alive and excited. When you're around people who are calm, you feel calm. When you're around people who are super intentional, or type awesome, as we call it in paper and glam land, it makes you more type awesome, more intentional. And so in the last video, I was telling you about my Friday routine with my best friend, where we specifically carve out time to co-work, co-regulate, and world build together. And it's not just for the vibes, it's a biological, motivational strategy. And then the third thing we need for these alive seasons is structure. Structure is not some rigid thing that kind of deadens us because it's always the same. Structure is a container that gives our lives edges. Our life, or our brain, I should say, it doesn't like open loops. It likes clear beginnings and clear endings. So we need those containers. So once I figured this out, I built this system into my own life, and then I built it into the Paper and Glam experience, because I wanted Paper and Glam to be this world where we live this way together and we design our lives for these principles. So practically, we start the month with a growth ceremony. So we all come together in community and we celebrate what we have just walked through and experienced together. And then we open the new month with a new growth theme. June's growth theme is expansion, and it's expansion every year so that we can kind of complete that cycle. And that is why the last 3 videos have all been about expansion, because that's something that we're all working towards together. We also have a new book to read. We have a new study that we are doing in the Bible. And if you want to know all about our books, that's I think 4 videos ago. We talked all about our summer reading plan. And so right now in the Bible, we're in the book of Joshua, and this is a story all about movement before motivation. It's God showing his people that you have to move and then you get the success, even when the circumstances look absolutely unfathomably impossible. He's teaching his people movement comes before success, movement comes before motivation, and that's how expansion works. And then this summer, we are doing a really fun experience called the Glam Memories Experience, and it's 3 months, so specific, seasonal, and novel. We are going to be getting our pictures out of our phone and into our hands, into real life. And that is because our brain needs evidence that our life is meaningful, it is worth showing up for, it's beautiful, and it's happening right now. And we create this feedback loop when we're physically holding that evidence that makes us want more of it. So I am so excited because Glam Memories enrollment is opening today. I've been working all year on it, really like the last 10 years. And our first gathering is June 23rd. So all the information is in the description, but this is this experience we're going to be walking through together that is going to bring so much of this, the tactile, the seasonal, the specific, and the novel together for us. So when you join, you get immediate access to the craft tour that I just put up, where we're getting our creative spaces ready to go. And of course, you don't need a craft room to take part. You could have your kitchen table or a morning cart, but the idea is just to get ready to create, right? To have that anticipation of what is coming and a date on the calendar, June 23rd. So those of you who are all in with me from the jump, I always want to reward you for that. And so now through June 11th, Glam Memories is 33% off, so a big discount. And it is a standalone experience right now for the summer, or it is available in the membership. So if you want the full Glam, if you want it all, the book club, the Bible study, the seasonal living masterclass, the vlogs, our own social media that we have for all things paper and glam, that is the full membership. Both are in the description, but remember, movement always comes before motivation. The fog does not clear by waiting, it clears by moving. So with that, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you there. I will see you on the other side of the bridge, and I'll see you in the Paper and Glam experience.